What's going on, everybody? This is Abdel on the Del Tales podcast, and we got to have a quick conversation, fellas. And this is something you can just play in the background because there will be no video attached to this, so you can just listen to it. But I know many of you have seen the Brittany Renner Club Shay Shay podcast, and I'm pretty sure many of you are still as shocked as I am after hearing it. But one question I have for society is why do we still allow women to come out here and make money by embarrassing themselves? This is really kind of sad as a society. And this is nothing new for Brittany Renner. It's not the first time she's put all her business out there. And for her being as popular as she is, especially in America and, well, really throughout the whole world, really, you know, she cannot see the effects of all of this yet. Right now, she's still young. I think she mentioned she was 31 years old on the podcast with Club Shay Shay. But there's a lot of places where that podcast fell apart for me. I'm not even going to cover everything because, I'm pretty sure most people have heard it. But the main things that kind of fell apart for me on Shay Shay was when Shay Shay asked her, does she think about how this will affect her child in the future? And the first thing she said almost made me turn off the podcast, but I had to keep listening. She said, I love my child, but I love myself even more. How can you be any more selfish than that? As a mother, as a father, your child comes first in everything. How can you say, I love myself even more? I don't think she realizes yet how this can affect her child later on. The internet is not going anywhere, nor will it when her child is grown. And, imagine her child going to school, kids knowing who his mother is, and, the effects that can have on that child. It's rough, man. That can be a lot for a child to take on in school. It kind of reminds me of the situation with Mia Khalifa recently being online and running into some kids knowing who she is. You can just see the surprise in her face when she's looking at these kids like, I'm glad they know me, but why do they know me? These kids are way too young to be watching something that I'm doing. So
Mia Khalifa! Mia Khalifa! Mia Khalifa! Mia Khalifa!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Send me the
Mia
link.
Khalifa! Mia Khalifa! Enséñame tu... ¡Arregla Mia Khalifa! Mia Khalifa! Mia Khalifa! Mia! Arregla Mia Khalifa! Mia Khalifa! Mia Khalifa! Enséñame.
for Mia Khalifa even coming out and saying, hey, you know what? I want to find a husband, but all of these guys are far too insecure because of my past and my occupation and all this. It's like, but this is a reality. And I think after Brittany Renner described a man that she wants someone loyal. And Shay Shay was right. She doesn't want someone who makes less than her. That's just the truth. She doesn't. And the men she wants are definitely willing to sleep with her. But I think that's it. Why would they take on all the public knowledge walking around and knowing what your girl has been out here doing? And it's all public. It's not like any of it is hidden behind doors. If all these things were hidden behind doors, I think it's less of an effect. But the simple fact that everyone in the world knows your business, it just kind of changes the way people are going to look at you. And then they're going to judge the men based on who they're with. And if they're with Brittany Renner, they're going to look at them sideways. And not many men are really willing to take that risk. Are there some? I'm sure there's someone out there for sure. But is it the ones that she wants? Now that's where all that falls apart for me. And then she said she was above cooking for her man. I found that really interesting. Shay Shay asked her, hey, do you want your man to come pick you up, take you out? Do you want him to ask you, what do you like to eat or what do you want to eat? And she's like, you know what? I don't want any questions. And personally, on that part, I'm not going to lie, fellas. I agree with her. You ever ask a woman, this could be anybody, what they want to eat? Oh boy, you made a big mistake. Just come up with something and make it happen. You will save so much time. So I definitely do agree with her on that. But when Shay Shay asked her about is she willing to cook for her man, all of a sudden everything changed. The whole conversation changed. What she was talking about changed, and she's like, "I'm just a buff cooking for my man. She doesn't really need to do that." And I'm really trying to understand this because in today's world, every woman wants a man to behave like a man. You know, a lot of women definitely want their man to come complete already. They're not willing to go through the building process. But these same women want to choose when they want to be women. Now, I'm not tying women strictly to cooking, but ladies, let's be honest. What is wrong with cooking for your men? I still don't understand what the problem is with that. So many people want to look at it as a complete bad thing, and I just don't understand that. You know, now some men are out there cooking for their women, and that's perfectly fine. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I'm not saying that what makes a woman is cooking, because that's not what I ever said at all. You know, so ladies, like, you know, embarrassing your man is one of the worst things you can do to him, and that's pretty much what I'm saying here. And that's why with Brittany Renner saying all this in public, and then knowing the type of man that she wants, that could be very embarrassing for a man, and that's one of the toughest things that men try to avoid. You know, so try your best not to embarrass your man. You know, and we have many examples of people being completely forgotten because of what their women did to them. I mean, look at the situation with Will Smith, and this is just an example with Jada. You know, that's really rough. I felt bad for Will when all of this happened. I don't know him personally, but you know, we all know he went through it rough. We've seen him on the red table talk and everything. It was not anything easy for him and his family, you know. But just that quickly, everyone forgot about all the successes that Will had when this happened. All the movies, the anthropology stuff that he's done, all that, you know, help work that he did around the world. He really had to rebuild his image from the ground up. And that sucks. But, you know, like I said, embarrassing your man is one of the toughest things a man has to deal with. And it could really ruin his image and his future, you know. But sadly, as a society, we give a lot of attention to those that are promiscuous. Everyone is so interested in this, you know, and they find a way to make money out of this. So anyone who is out there in the public like Brittany Renner to take advantage of what society is giving them all the attention and finding ways to make money out of it, I don't blame them at all. I definitely don't blame Brittany Renner for making as much money as she is making based on what she is doing. I'm not mad at her at all. She still has to survive, and life still has to keep going. She has a child to take care of as well. So I'm really not mad at her, and I'm pretty sure she has her own goals. But ladies, keep your business out of the public. You know, some of these things are just not meant to be heard by everybody, especially if you have aspirations to be with certain people around the world. Just help yourself, you know. But you guys definitely let me know what you guys think about that podcast on Club Shay Shay. That was quite interesting. And it was a great podcast to listen to. You're going to hear a lot of things that even made Shay Shay take a drink during the podcast, but I think you will understand once you hear everything. Thank you very much for listening today, guys. This was just a short clip. Like and subscribe, and there's definitely more to come. Peace out, guys.